So after finding out that like there's a new Chipmunks film coming soon and Kendrick Lamar is gonna voice fucking Alvin and fucking it's gonna use AI, I guess I'm gonna rank the original. Well, I say original. The original live action Alvin and the Chipmunks film was the 4 that were made before people decided that, you know, the Chipmunks weren't funny, which, I mean, they really should have done that after, like, the first 2, but, you know, whatever. There's 4 of these. This is going to be quite a quick video, but I wanted to do it anyway because I think it'll be fun. Right, let's start off with number 4, which is Alvin and the Chipmunks. Chipwrecked. Honestly, I think the concepts and the things this brings forward in terms of like what they set out to achieve isn't that bad. Like, it's Alvin trying to prove that he can be responsible so that Dave can be more lenient on him, especially when Dave isn't present. Like, I really like that. And then they just kind of like shit all over it because apparently the Parks and Rec lady has to be the villain and Simone has to be a thing. And David Cross has to be here for some reason. There's a lot of elements in this film that really take away and blur what would have been a very strong, straight-laced film. Like, did we really need, like, I don't know, the Parks and Rec lady trying to kidnap Jeanette? Did we really need scenes of David Cross and fucking Jason Lee talking in the jungle as they walk around and David Cross is just in a fucking seagull costume for no reason? David Cross himself has spoken about how awfully he was treated with this film, and it really comes across in the final product because not only with him anyway, but just because there was just a lack of care and a lack of effort, and it felt really like production-y in my opinion. But yeah, really him and the Parks and Rec lady, she's called Jenny Slate, I've just found out reading my notes. I couldn't remember her name at the start, so that's why I was calling her Parks and Rec lady, but her name's Jenny Slate. Sorry, Jenny, if you watch it. She's not watching. The Jenny Slate character, the David Cross, Uncle Ian character, they didn't need to be in this film. You literally just needed the Chipmunks surviving in the wilderness, and then Dave wandering around doing slapstick in the middle of the said wilderness as well, trying to find his children. There could have been some great, like, haphazard Castaway references thrown in there. It could have been a really enjoyable experience, but it just, I don't know. They just really went in a different direction with it. I think it was like the arguably more safe direction, but I think it's the direction that ultimately cost them because it just ended up as like the worst thing ever. Also, I guess like half the cast of The Office and Parks and Rec is just in this film. I know obviously Jenny Slate, Parks and Rec lady, is in this film, but you know, you got Amy Poehler as well. There's probably other people that I've forgotten to mention. Also, who the fuck's Simone? What was that about? In number 3, I think this is the hot take because I think people would put this one last, but I personally wouldn't, is the road chip. The reason that I put this third is because I think this had more promise, and I think this would have had a better execution because it is like a thing of, it's putting representation forward of like mixed families or like a non-nuclear family where I think Dave gets into a relationship with a doctor and then the doctor's son and then the Chipmunks have a fight and they like don't want to be stepbrothers, but they actually end up developing a relationship as they try and like sabotage their parents' like proposal. If they actually took the time to construct those arcs properly instead of just like being so blasé with it and not really paying any attention to what actually this was going to be, then I think this actually would have been probably really high up in my estimations, to be honest. Like, there could have been so many emotional scenes that were pulled off really well. It's just bogged down by like song and dance breaks, and then there's just fucking cameos from like LMFAO and all that nonsense. Fucking hell. And of course, comic relief. Yeah, you get the point. Also, they just palm off the Chipettes and they just send them away to do something else for like the entire film. I genuinely don't get the point of what the Chipettes bring to these films because they were only really that useful in the second film. They really could have just gone their own separate way by the end of it, and then the third and fourth film would have been fine without them. They were really surplus to most of what this franchise was, this live action part of the franchise. I'm glad it ends in the proper way. It has a nice ending because Dave finally officially adopts the Chipmunks, and it's really sweet. Also, he doesn't adopt the Chipettes though. That's the funny thing. He goes and he adopts them, but the Chipettes are just completely forgotten about. and I guess they're just not adopted. I guess. You also could have removed like the Tony Hale bit from this, like the unnecessary pantomime villain who's just after Alvin and the Chipmunks because they broke the law. Okay, did they really need to break the law? Did any of that part of the plot really need to happen? I don't think it did. I think it's just there for comic relief. So yeah, I know I said that like only D-listers appear in this movie. I disagree with what I said. Jennifer Coolidge is in this film. I forgot about that. So yeah, that alone makes it better than Chipwrecked, in my opinion, anyway. In number 2 is Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel. It's trying too hard to do the high school trope thing. There's no Jason Lee in this film, really, apart from like 15 minutes at the like start and the end. And there's so many storylines. This feels like Ice Age. I don't know if I'm going to put the Ice Age video out before this or after. I think I'm going to try and do after. But essentially, in the Ice Age video, if you haven't watched my ranking of that, essentially, my main complaint is that they try and do too much, especially with the later films. There's so many storylines, and there's so much, like, in terms of character, that they can really barely focus on anything. This feels like the same way. There's the rival bands with the Chipmunks and the Chipettes fighting off, song competition. There's the football game. There's the whole jocks bullying the nerds shtick that they try and do. There's Theodore's fear of birds. And then Toby trying to get laid. All on top of Ian Hawke trying to make the Chipettes successful beyond the school thing. So that's so much. If it had half of that and just paid more attention to those things, it would have been so much more successful. And it just feels like really tired as a film. Like, David Cross isn't giving all he has. Like, Jason Lee's not in it for like 3/4 of it. Zachary Levi, I guess, does decent with what he's been given. It just, I suppose, thank God for Zachary Levi, which I never thought I'd say that, but I guess here we are. Also, there's loads of like celebrity cameos in this. There's like Bridget Mendler, there's Jeanette McCurdy, there's J-Trix. There's probably other people as well that I've missed, but it's just pure insanity that there's that many like from like Disney Channel and Nickelodeon like stars and like YouTube as well. That's mental. It's not the greatest, but it's decent. It's like okay. It's better than the last two. So yeah, it's a squeakquel, all right. And the squeak is about as much of an effect on me as it had. So yeah, there we are. Of course, number 1 is the first film, which even then, that film's not great either. I'm not saying it's like it's all right. It's the only one that I'd say I'd watch again, in my opinion. I think Jason Lee and David Cross are the clear best parts of this original film because of how polar opposite they are when they interact. Jason Lee does not want to be there at all. He gives barely anything, but I think that's almost like iconic for how like unbothered he is. Because of how half-arsed he's doing everything, it makes it so like almost endearing in a way, to where yeah, you're not getting his all, but you're getting kind of enough. And then on the complete opposite end of that spectrum, David Cross is the most camp, funny, iconic villain ever. There's a reason that he was like made a meme because it's just, he's everyone's favourite part because of how much effort he does put in. He really gives it his all, and I think that's amazing. It has a decent soundtrack. Yeah, the Chipmunks are a bit annoying. The logic of the film is awful. What are you gonna do? It's decent. It's a kid's film. It's okay. It exists, essentially. So yeah. I guess that does it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If I forgot to say it at the start, but if you agreed with every ranking on this list, I'll let you off because I mean there's only 4 entries, so you can't really. There's not really much you can change, to be honest. But yeah, and then if you disagree with everything, good. I really hope you struggle with that. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.